Well, hello everybody. Lovely to see you here. This is Lesson Stream Live. This is a live broadcast for teachers with a passion for story and storytelling, to use story and storytelling to engage students and get them doing stuff. And my name's Jamie Keddie. I'm the founder of Lesson Stream. And if you've never taken part in a live stream before, if you're watching the recording, and you'd like to take part in the next one, it's very easy. All you have to do is go to lessonstream.com, the link's below, and sign up by clicking on this little pink button. It says, yes, I'd like the free lesson plan, and you will then get the Lesson Stream post, and you will be able to take part in the next ones. Lovely to see you. Feel free to chat and say hello and say where you are and say anything else you'd like to say. You're completely free to do so. This is a very special, whoops, that wasn't right. This is a very special event for two reasons. The first reason this is special is because I've got a moderator. And some of you might know this moderator. I've discovered that it's very difficult to do this alone. There's quite a lot of technology going on, keeping my eyes in the comments, that kind of thing. So I've got a moderator, and this is a very, very well-respected teacher trainer. She's based in near Barcelona. She's a friend. She's a colleague. She's a very good Lesson Stream member, and her name is Nicola Meldrum. Hello, Nicola. You're muted. Let's see if we can unmute you.
I'm unmuted now. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you.
How are you today?
I'm good, yes. How are you, Jamie?
I'm pretty good. I said you're near Barcelona. Do you describe Sitges as being near Barcelona?
Yes. Yes, it's about 40 kilometers away. It's pretty near.
Yeah. So you're going to be keeping your eye on the comments, and it's pretty cool, isn't it? Because Nicola can do things like this. Ding-a-ding. And hello, Adriana. And hello, Juicy. And ding-a-ding. Florian, the student, and Alan, the teacher. Ah, yes. And there's Paul, friend and colleague Paul, who I've not seen for a while. Hello, Paul, and Lesson Stream member. A lot of these teachers, a lot of these participants are actually part of the Lesson Stream community. Lovely to see you. Do you know what we're doing today, Nicola?
I think we're going to listen to, we're going to watch a lesson.
Well, it's all a bit experimental, isn't it? Because the other reason this is very, very special day is we're going to try and do a kind of live lesson, because we've got, just waiting down there, I can see him, is a friend of mine, and he's a student. You've never met him before, Nicola, have you?
No.
His name's Antonio. He's he's a good friend of mine. Should we meet him?
Yes.
Hey. There he is. Look. Hey, Antonio.
Hello. How are you doing?
Great. It's nice to have us in strips like this. It's like a sort of 1970s film. Do this, yeah, Charlie's Angels. Good, Nicola.
Sorry.
Yeah, Charlie's Angels. Hello, Radhitika. How are you today? So that's the idea. The idea here, the hope, it's an experiment. It might work, it might not, is to try. I have a short personal story, and we're going to try and use it to bring Antonio out of his shell, because he's a very shy man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And for the moment, we're going to bring Nicola back onto the screen during intervals, but just to keep things kind of tidy at the moment. Do you feel okay if I just hide you for the time being, Nicola? Is that okay? Okay. So I'm going to put Nicola may have an additional role, but we'll talk about that later. Okay. So bring you back in a little while. Let's just look at Antonio's room. Is that your bedroom, Antonio?
No, not exactly. It's a picture of internet that represents my bedroom, but my bedroom is perfectly clean and dressed. And
that's not a photograph. That's your bedroom, and that's your bed. And you haven't made your bed today, have you?
Okay, I admit it. Yeah, that's my bedroom. Yeah, I'm lazy sometimes, not every day. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm very embarrassed.
What do we think about that, everyone? Antonio hasn't made his bed. Do you know the joke, Antonio?
The Joker.
It's a joke about making your bed. I say to you, have you made your bed, or did you make your bed? Have you made your bed today, or did you make your bed? And you say, no, I bought it at IKEA.
I didn't know this one.
This is one.
Classic joke, or is yours?
Oh, I didn't invent it, no, but I think it's quite an old joke. One of the great things about being an English teacher is you can take all these old jokes and you can pretend that they're your own jokes, that your students have never heard them before. So, but I'm too honest.
Sometimes people ask, no?
And do you like jokes, Antonio?
Yeah. I try to do. Yes, I try to do stand-up comedy, and I like jokes, of course. And it's comedy. I love comedy.
And this is one of the reasons I thought Antonio would be a good student, is that this is his job.
Yeah, I need to improve my English and my narrative skills. Then that course is perfect for me.
A stand-up comedian. So we have, this is Antonio, a real, living, Barcelona-based stand-up comedian. But you do sometimes sit down, am I right?
Yes, but not the most of the times I'm stand-up, because I'm very nervous in delivery terms. I can't stay at the chair a lot of time. Then I need to either. Oh, you know me.
Yeah, so I've seen Antonio perform a few times, and I've been, this is how we got to know each other, by me sometimes offering him suggestions for things to say and ways to say them. But one of the things I love about Antonio is when he goes up onto the stage and he does his act in Spanish, in English.
In both, yeah.
I've never seen you perform in Spanish.
Oh, there are videos in YouTube, but you are talking about my closing, or about what? Sorry.
I'm just talking about your courage,
your
my bravery. Do you think? Well, let me ask you a question, because a lot of people would say that you are brave for going onto stage, speaking English in front of a room full of strangers. Do you think you're brave?
Maybe not. Maybe it's because I'm not aware of the danger of that. No, maybe I don't have this sense of being embarrassed. But I don't think it's brave. In fact, in open mics, a lot of people that are a regular audience finally try to do several times. No, the most of them, it's not so difficult to do stand-up. Maybe it's difficult to try to to manage your life based in stand-up comedy, but to do stand-up on stage is not so difficult, I think. I don't know.
It's interesting. I mean, a lot of people, for many people, speaking in public is one of the most terrifying things you can do. And so speaking in public in a language that's not your first language might be double dangerous or double courageous.
But I think culturally, the most of the people are very polite, and the most of the audience taking value my effort. Oh, that's correct. No, if people are feeling that I'm making a big effort, and then they sympathize with that, and it's easier because the people.
So would you say that people appreciate you?
Exactly, yeah.
Because they see that you're making an effort.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So they appreciate you for making an effort. Yeah. And you have a lot of good vocabulary, in general, I would say you have a good. But we were speaking about what you would like to develop. But this is something we can speak about later, because I think we should go. I think we should get started. What do you think? Because
I follow you.
Well, I have 3 questions for you to start with Antonio. I have 3 questions for you, and the first question is, do you know what postmen and postwomen deliver?
What is? I know.
What do they deliver? Postmen and postwomen. What do they deliver?
They some taxes of the problems with my car that I don't want to talk about it so much.
Oh, wait a minute. I think there may be a misunderstanding, a malentendido.
Okay.
Yeah. The question is, postmen, postwomen, what do they deliver? Carteros, carteras.
Carteras. Yeah, but sometimes they give me also taxes.
Is this what a cartero does in Spanish?
Also it's the job of the postman also here in Spain, and also some I don't know. I sometimes I deliver board games. I love board games, and sometimes letters. It's little old-fashioned, but sometimes some letter.
It's funny because when you ask that question to most people, what do postmen and postwomen deliver? Most people say letters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in my case, also letters, but sometimes taxis. Yeah, where it's speed problems with my car. Not so much, but twice this season. Yeah.
Do you so when you have to pay taxes because for multas? Are you saying multas?
Exactly. Yeah.
So fines.
Okay.
Yeah,
fines.
that's yes. Okay. I got. So I mean, is this something that happens to you a lot, Antonio? Do you have to pay a lot of fines? Are you a criminal?
No, I'm not a criminal because I paid all my fines. But I sometimes drive little upper than the speed limit sometimes.
So sometimes
also parcels. Thank you, Marga. Yeah, parcels. Yeah.
Sometimes you go over the speed limit.
Yeah, I'm not aware sometimes of the limit because I'm thinking more. Okay, I have a lot of things to do because I drive too much every day because I like to go in car to everywhere. I don't know why, and that's provoke this kind of situations. Yes.
So just everybody who's watching this, feel free to text and type into the chat. What do, in your mind, postmen and postmen deliver? Marga's said parcels. Antonio's said fines because he always goes over the speed limit.
Exactly.
Letters, we've said. I don't know the last time I got a letter. What else do postmen and postwomen deliver? Antonio, what about actors and comedians? What do they deliver?
Actors and comedians.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I received a magazine about actors because I'm in Sky. The rights of to the rights of things that you do in television. Here in Spain, you have to be registered in a association of actors and comedians and writers. And then every month they send me a magazine with a lot of information that I don't check it.
Okay. So because you're a comedian, your postman delivers a magazine to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was also thinking that actors deliver performances. Actors and comedians deliver punchlines.
Yeah, but exactly. Yeah, sorry. The pan. Yeah. On stage, of course. The
Yeah.
delivery on stage. Yeah,
Yeah.
my delivery is more like deadpan, no deadpan, and I try to do this well because you say it before. I'm shy, and my delivery is like now, but more a little more serious.
This is some very interesting. This is a great sort of demonstration that somebody has a very specific, English for very specific purposes. Antonio, being a comedian, has access to words like deadpan. I wonder how many people here, for whom English is not their first language, know what a deadpan sense of humor is. Can you describe to us what a deadpan sense of humor is, Antonio?
Yeah, well, if I'm not wrong, I think deadpan is serious face the most of the time and very como in Spanish is like parco, no, or seco, no. Is you say something in very direct way, and I'm not this kind of comedian all the time because when I'm doing storytelling, I change a little because I'm more deadpan when I'm doing one-liners.
So it's
but more or less it's serious style of delivery, not being so enthusiastic.
That's it, isn't it? I like your. Okay, question number 3. Could you tell us how would you? I mean, this is quite difficult. In fact, this is very cultural.
Okay.
For me, I know exactly what I would call the first picture, that red thing. For me, I think I know what I would refer to the second thing as, and I know what I would refer to the third thing as. What's the first thing in Spanish, that red thing in the first picture in Spanish?
In Spanish is buzón. And the second
and-
one also buzón, but the difference is street, buzón de calle and buzón comunitario, the second one, because it's in the
What would you call
building.
it in English if you were in, let's say, if you were in the United Kingdom? What would you call the first thing?
I can't remember these words. I'm sorry.
Let's ask everybody else. Type into the chat what you would. Everybody that's watching, how would you refer to the first image? That red object in the first image. How would you refer to it? Maybe you could give it a number 1. So for me, for example, it is definitely. For me, it's a post box, but I'm not going to assume that that's the same for everybody. So it'd be great to see what everybody else says that is. And for me, image number 2, we never really had these in the United Kingdom that I'm aware of. This was a part of my life in Spanish. So Fergus, hello Fergus, is postbox. Tracy also postbox. So Jamie, I'm a postbox. Meg is a mailbox. Now I'm going to. Where are you from, Meg? I suspect that Meg is from North America, or maybe a country with a more international English. Marga is postbox. Postboxes were winning. You see, you see that, Antonio?
Yeah. I'm seeing. Yeah. Postbox and mailbox. Yeah.
Meg is
works
from.
For me.
Yeah. What about, let's see, number 2, everybody? How would you refer to number 2? Being in Spain, being in Barcelona, rather, I would refer to it as a buzón. So that's what I would call it. That would be my buzón. But how would you refer to number 2 in English, everybody? Type in your answers. Look, Vasanthi has talked about a pillar box.
Oh, that's very specific.
It could be. So it could be a post box, a mailbox, a pillar box. That you meant a red pillar box. I knew that. Paul has called it a mailbox. This is really interesting, Paul. It's a mailbox because and Fergus calls it a letterbox. God, it's so complicated. Margaret calls it a post box. For me, it's a mailbox, and I also associate a mailbox with online email.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah.
What about number 3? Type in mailbox and apartment. Number 3, and Radhika's going for a letterbox.
Yes,
So number 3, how would you refer to that thing on the door?
door box, maybe?
A door box. I've never heard a door box.
I'm trying to be risky.
I think that's very important, and I think we appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
Beatrice is saying a letterbox, a letter slot.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's definitely a letterbox. You know, Antonio, the system is different in Scotland and in the United Kingdom because we put the post in the post box, the red post box, and then the postman or the postwoman delivers the mail, the letters, the parcels, the bills, the fines through the letterbox. Very, very simple. But it's different in Spain. It's different in Catalonia. It's different in Barcelona. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right. Yes, you have the mail boxes, and then and if it's a notification of something of law, then they have to give you in hand.
Yes.
Knocking at your door.
So if you don't have, here's a question for you. Do you know the name of your postman or your postwoman?
No. I remember her face because she's working in my zone for years, but I never asked her her name. Then I don't know.
But you recognize her.
Yeah, I recognize her. Yeah. She's always driving a motorcycle for the neighborhood.
And what sort of person is she? Do you if you see her in the street, for example, do you say hello to her?
No, I only see her when she's doing the postwoman job. I never see her in the street being a civilian without postman powers.
Well, are you saying, Antonio, that you don't say hello to postmen and postwomen when they are at work?
Yeah, I do that, but I say only, hey, hello, how are you? But I don't know her name. Then for me, it's you told before I'm shy. Then for me it's violent. Hey, what's your name? Then I only say hello and how are you? How are you doing? And not more than that.
That's all we need in life.
Jamie?
Yes.
Are you?
Oops, have you frozen? Can you all still hear me? Let's try this. Remove Antonio. Bring him back on. Let's bring Nicola on. Hello, Nicola. How are you?
Hello. I'm fine.
Antonio just froze there.
I saw that, yes. I've just been making some notes, sorry.
Let me just try something here. Antonio, I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm going to... I'll tell you what, Antonio, I'm going to... There we go. I think he's doing it right. Kick from studio.
You kick him out?
He's come back. There he is.
Hey, hello.
Hey.
Maybe it was a problem with my connection, or I don't know.
Who knows? But the important thing is that we don't panic.
Yeah, that's the most important. Then you are still believing in me, or?
Oh, 100%.
Thank you.
Nicola. Now, Nicola, I mentioned, had another role here. Nicola was going to be monitoring here and just maybe listening to Antonio and giving some feedback to Antonio, maybe even some feedback to me for what I'm doing. What do you have anything to say, Nicola?
Well, I don't know how Antonio feels about me giving him some feedback. Would you like to
Yeah, I like.
discuss it?
I don't have any problem. Every time I try to do better everything I do, then for me, feedback is essential.
Great. Well, I want to start with like some things that I think are really cool about your English.
Okay.
Can you see these?
Okay. I'm not aware of the danger. Okay. Yeah. My delivery is deadpan, and I'm trying to be risky. Yeah.
Yeah, these are like amazing bits of vocabulary. You said I'm not aware of a few times, and you're using these phrases really well.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
There's a couple of things that maybe
Mhm.
for me is like more basic vocabulary. This is really high level, and I think because you're doing comedy, you've got like this amazing high
No, that's
level.
because in Spanish, I'm bombastic. Then,
Ah.
then
Ah,
in English, I try, like we say in Spanish, empezar la casa por el tejado, to start the house
start at the
by
top.
the roof. Yeah.
So
Then
maybe there's
no,
a couple
tell
of
me.
things that we can remember. I think Jamie was doing a great job when he was speaking to help you correct some
Mhm.
things. He
Uh-huh.
was reformulating some of the things you said. So let's see if you can remember. So first of all, you were talking about, I don't know, can you see this?
Okay, they deliver taxes. Okay, yeah. He told
Yeah.
me about fines. No, not
Yeah.
tax.
So it's not speed problems,
Mm.
it's fines.
Fine about a speed limit. No, could be
Yeah,
or
so they deliver fines. They
fines.
also
Yeah.
they don't deliver taxes. They deliver it's a word like a notice. They
Yeah.
deliver what's the word?
Exactly. It's a
No,
warn. No, it's a
it's like
more
more official. It sounds like notice.
notification.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so you get a
And
notification. What other notifications do you get from the postman?
yeah, more notifications. Well, if I have a debt, I never, sorry, I never was in this situation. I have to
Good.
say that. But I know that some people received
Some people.
this kind of notifications.
Ah, cool. Okay. So you get speed fines, but have you ever had a fine for anything? Have you ever received a fine?
Yes, I received fines about the first of all, or the most of the times, to cross. Sorry, to overpass the limit speed.
To pass the speed limit.
Yeah, and also sometimes because I parked in a wrong area, that in a
Ah,
wrong parking spot.
so you got a fine. What's the word? You got a fine.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I got a fine. Yeah.
What kind of? Usually we say I got a fine. I got a parking fine.
Okay. Parking fine. No, that's
Yeah.
more. Yeah, I got a parking fine, and sorry, the other was a speed fine.
No, this is complicated. Then
Okay, it's more.
I got a speeding fine. A
Speeding.
parking speeding
En
fine.
inglés,
Speeding.
experiment
Sorry.
se dice experiment.
What happened? Why? But why? I didn't have anything connected. I think it's maybe my phone. Sorry, realized this kind of teaching energy, and now it's trying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to let Jamie continue now.
Okay, thank you very much,
See
Nicola.
if you can remember speeding, parking, fine. Maybe you can weave it into the story later.
Yeah, I will do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nicola. This is really good, you see, because the older you get, I think, as a teacher, this is just a parenthesis moment for the teachers who are watching. The more, when I was a younger teacher, I was able to talk and listen and make connections, and that word that Nicola just used, weaving things into the lesson. And as I get older, my brain gets slower, and I find it very difficult to listen and find opportunities for feedback. And that's why we decided that we would do some team teaching, Nicola and me. One thing, there was a term I gave you, Antonio. I think Nicola was trying to get it out there. And the speed limit, what did you do wrong? The speed limit. Do you remember?
Sorry.
I gave it to you before. You
went over.
Exactly. To go over. How would you say that in Spanish?
In Spanish, es sobrepasar.
Sobrepasar.
Rebasar is also correct.
Okay.
Superar also.
Great. Okay. Let me show you something here. Let me show you something here. Can you see this?
Yeah, I can.
I'm going to tell you a story. You see, Antonio.
I love stories.
I know. And I love the way that I love the way Antonio says woof.
Woof.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
I used to know a dog that used to say woof.
Yeah, I had another dog a few years ago that did the same. Yeah.
Are there any words here or any phrases here that you don't know?
Sorry?
Are there any words here or phrases here that you don't know?
Just a moment. To buzz?
To buzz. To buzz. Do you remember this sound, Antonio? This is the up sound. Cup. Shut up. Up.
Buzz.
To buzz. Exactly.
Buzz.
Yes. So, okay, don't worry about that. That will become clear later. Any other words? Any other phrases?
Just a moment. No, I think I understand properly the rest. I think so.
Okay, just give us one example then, perhaps, of the verb to pretend, because I think I've heard you saying this before in the Spanglish way. So give me one example of the word pretend.
Well, to pretend in Spanish is a false friend sometimes, but I think I know the difference. To pretend is to simulate to be something that you are not.
Exactly, you're absolutely right. Well done.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's a shame when your students know too much. Yeah. So can I tell you this story then, Antonio?
Yeah, please.
What I'm going to do is let's make this a little bit small. Oh, no, how do I do this? No, we have to keep it this way. I tell you what, I'm going to just come this way. Yeah, this is from before. So I asked you about your postman. You told me that you've got a postwoman, and I've got I've got a postman here in Barcelona because I live on Parallel. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
Where you live? What's the name of your town?
Viladecans is very close to Sitges.
And like you, I have a friendly postman. You've got a friendly postwoman. I've got a friendly postman. I've known my postman for years, and it's like I'm the same as you. I wonder if you can finish this sentence, Antonio. Despite the fact that I have known him for 4 years, can you guess how to finish the sentence? Despite the fact that I have known him for 4 years.
The spike. What's the meaning of spike? Spike.
Despite.
Okay.
Or I could say it means although. Although I have known him for years, I don't know his name. Just like you. But whenever I see him in the street, I always say hello. We always say hello to each other.
Of course.
And he's a very friendly postman. And he appreciates me. Do you know why he appreciates me?
Why?
because I usually work at home, and that means that I am usually at home when he buzzes.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, buzzes then is when she use the timbre.
Exactly. Yeah, the timbre is the interphone, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
If you're in my country, the timbre would be the bell.
The bell, yeah.
Yeah, you ring the bell. You ring the bell because it goes ding-a-ling-a-ling, like the song. You can ring my bell, ring my bell. But here in Spain and Catalonia and Barcelona, you buzz. So if my friend comes here, he'd say, "Okay, I'll buzz you." Do you agree with this language, Nicola? Would you say that too? I'll buzz you.
I might say also it's called a buzzer.
And what would be the verb if someone says, "I'll come by and I'll ring your bell"?
Buzz.
Yeah, that's what I hear it a lot. Okay, we'll get you back in just a moment, Nicola. Thank you for that. I like this, being able to call up, summon up. So this is what happens. So my postman appreciates me because I'm usually at home when he buzzes. And you know why that's important, don't you, Antonio?
Sorry, can you repeat the last thing?
You know why that's important, don't you?
Yeah, it's important because postman is a very responsible job, no? And you need the best service, no? In responsibility church, no?
Do you have the same situation as me? Because this is what happens every day, most days. Bzzz, si, cartero, hola, and then I let him in. I buzz him in. He buzzes me downstairs, then I buzz him in. You see, and it's important. This is very important for postmen and for postwomen in Barcelona. They appreciate people like me because they depend on people like me. Because
of course.
They need people like me.
In fact, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there are a lot of people that when they hear correo comercial or these kind of things, don't open the door. No?
That's right, exactly. That's what it's all about. They need us to let them in. Dejar entrar. They need us to let. This is you see, Antonio. This is the great thing about having a letterbox on your door.
Yeah.
The postman doesn't have to ring your bell. They don't have to buzz you. They just put the post through the hole. Very easy, but it's a very difficult job.
More useful.
So that's the important thing. They depend on people like me to let them in so that they can get into the building and put the mail into the buzones, into our mailboxes. You see, right? Is everything okay so far?
Yeah.
So this is when that was what we call the setup. That was the story setup, and this is when the story proper starts. This is the part when the storyteller leans forward. Right. Anyway, this is something that happened a few years ago.
Okay.
I was sitting in my local cafe. I was sitting in my local cafe in the terrace, in the terraza outside, having breakfast. You see, it was the morning. And my postman walked past me. And he was walking away from my building, you see. And as he walked past me, I decided to make conversation with him. So what I said to him in Spanish was, hola, cartero. ¿Te han dejado entrar hoy? Is that good, Antonio, in Spanish?
Yeah, it's correct. It's perfectly correct. Yeah, yes.
How would you say that in English? ¿Te han dejado entrar?
You have had no, sorry. They let you get into or let you No, something like that. I know that I'm breaking the grammar a little, but
No, this is good. Say it again. Think
yeah.
about it again. How would you say this to your postman? Te han dejado entrar. Te han dejado entrar. 4 words in
Yeah,
English.
did they let you get into?
Ah,
No.
5 words. Did they let you? One more word.
Get into. No, get into. No. Intro. No, enter.
Okay, that's pretty good. Did they let you enter? You can use a verb. You could also use a preposition. Very simple. Look at this. Do you see the? Sorry. Do you see that? To let someone in.
Let in now. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. No, I
To
didn't
let-
know it, but
Yeah.
sounds nice.
So did they let you in? Did they let you in? That's absolutely great. Did they let you in? But I would probably say something different. I wonder what you would say, Nicola. I'm going to write down what I would say here.
Mhm.
Te han dejado entrar. I would probably say, did Nicola, what would you say?
I might say, did anyone answer? Or did they
Yeah.
let you in?
Yeah, I personally I said, did someone let you in? There's different ways to say this, aren't there?
Hmm.
Did someone let you in? And the postman, my postman said, he said, sí, gracias. Yes, me han dejado entrar. And then I said, Antonio, I said, algo para mí. And how would you say algo para mí?
Okay, yes. Did you deliver something for me? Or
That's pretty good. Did you deliver something for me? Now, this is something we do in Spanish. Algo para mí.
see, if it's only something for me. Something for me? Or...
Something for me. But the first word, something for me. Something no.
Anything.
Exactly. Algo para mí. Anything for me. Now, Antonio, I don't know if you realize that, I didn't really want to know. I wasn't really interested. I didn't need to know if the postman had anything for me. You understand.
I can understand.
What was I doing here? I was just making what? I was just making.
Sorry?
I was just making small talk.
Okay.
You can see that, can't you? I didn't really need to know. I was just making small talk. I was just being friendly with my postman. Yeah. But the problem is that he took this question very seriously. And he paused. And he looked at me very intensely like this.
And then it starts to touch your face, no? Like.
And then he said one word, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that word was a question. And the question was, let's just recap 1 moment. This is very important. So let me start again, okay? So this is a few years ago. I was sitting on the terrace of my local cafe having breakfast, okay? And my postman walked past. And he was walking away from my building. And so when he passed me, I said, Hola, cartera. Hello, postman. How are you today? And he said, Oh, good, thank you. I said, Did someone let you in? Did someone let you in? And he said, yes, thank you. Someone let me in. And I said, anything for me? And he said, and I was just making small talk. I didn't really need to know. I was just making small talk. Anything for me? But he seemed to take this question very seriously. And he paused and he looked at me intensely like this. And then he said one word, and that word was a question. And the question was, coca.
But then he had two jobs in the same job.
Well, can you, for the people who don't know, maybe don't know Spanish, can you explain what he said to me?
Yes, coca is cocaine.
That's
in
right. So I said
Spanish.
to the postman, algo para mí. And he paused. He looked at me intensely. He said one word. The word was a question. And the question was, coca?
Maybe he's used to that people more friendly as the drag customer, no?
You can imagine that's exactly what I was thinking, the same as you. And I was thinking, is my postman, is he offering me drugs? And so if this happened to you, you know, what would you say to the postman? Maybe you shouldn't answer that question, Antonio. I don't know. But
Well, I suppose I will say I would say no, please, no, no. I'm not looking for coca.
well, I didn't say that. I just laughed. I went and I pretended I pretended that he was joking. You see? So I just laughed and pretended that he was joking. But the problem is that he didn't laugh back. He didn't laugh back. And there was this long, uncomfortable silence. And then after, I don't know, a few seconds, it seemed like more, but after some time, he just walked away.
Oh.
And I was thinking, my goodness me, that was really awkward. That was really awkward. And after my breakfast, well, I paid for my breakfast in my local cafe. I went home, back to my flat. I checked my mailbox, my buzón, just in case. But there was no cocaine there.
No.
No, but it did leave me with a dilemma. It left me with a dilemma. Yes. You know, what do I do about this? Let me just show you this again. So we've got my friendly postman to appreciate someone. Can you, Antonio, could you tell me my story back to me?
Yeah,
from
the skeleton, more or less.
The skeleton. Yeah. And then so you tell me the story. The same story. You tell the story back to me, okay?
Okay.
Using the phrases that you see on the screen, okay? Let's start from the very beginning with my friendly postman, your friendly postman, okay? Can you do that?
Okay. Sorry, me doing like a friendly postman? Me?
No, I want you to tell. Okay. I want you to tell my story.
Yeah.
The same.
Then I will do that. Yeah.
Okay,
let's do it. Yes, a few years ago, you were in the terrace of your cafe, having breakfast, and then your friendly postman passed you or passed over you. And then you take advantage of that to say hello and to be friendly, and then you interest in if he could be inside the building, and he answered you that he hadn't any problem with that. Then to be more friendly and to don't stop the conversation so early, then you continue with this small chat, no, talking with him, and then you ask him, and did you have anything for me? And the postman changed his face, very serious and tense one, and then answer you with another question with only one word and saying coca, that means cocaine in Spanish. And then you started laughing because you thought that maybe it was a joke, but definitely it wasn't a joke. He was very serious and he didn't answer to that. He only he didn't laugh back to you, and then he ran away. No, and yeah, then you arrive to your building and check your mailbox and didn't find didn't find cocaine. And then you had a dilemma, no, about the past situation, no? What could you do to do better, no, that you did, no?
Nice one. Yes, my dilemma. I was suspecting that my postman was a drug dealer. Should we get Nicola? Would you like to come onto the screen?
Hello.
How are you?
Very nice. I want to know what your dilemma is.
Well, I mean, it was my dilemma was, what should I do about this? Should I report my postman, or should I say nothing? He's a friendly postman. I didn't want to get him into trouble, but then, if the postman is going around putting cocaine in people's post boxes,
yeah, maybe to be friendly, you need to buy a little quantity of cocaine to be kind with him, but not so much.
Do you have any feedback notes at all, Nicola?
I do actually, and it's quite interesting that I've
Thank you.
kind of written down 5 words. Can you see these 5 words?
Okay, I will try. Culture, bath, interrupt, drugs, uncomfortable.
Cool. So that's interesting. This time you said all the words with the correct sound.
Thank you.
But before, you made a little mistake. What do you think the mistake was in pronunciation?
Can you show me again the list? Okay, it's the same. Maybe I say culture or booze. I changed it. No, okay. Tell me, please.
Yeah, you said it like ooh.
Like ooh, yeah. I think in my case, I think the most of the cases I'm in this stage of learning English, that I have to be very focused to don't make a lot of mistakes, and sometimes especially when the conversation is fluently, no, or trying to be fluent.
Exactly. But I love that you are able to correct your pronunciation.
Thank you.
And it's interesting, all these words came up in the same lesson. Culture, buzz, interrupt, drugs, and uncomfortable.
We could write a short story with these 5 words, no?
Yeah, I think we should challenge everyone here to do that.
Can you show us those words again, Nicola?
Yes, I can. It's a bit the camera on this is a bit strange, but yes, can you see them?
Because that last one, you could also underline the O.
Yes.
And it would still be the same, wouldn't it?
Uh-huh.
Can you think of any other words with this sound that use the letter O to produce it? So it's...
The question is for me or
anybody, really.
I can't remember now.
So culture's up, buzz, interrupt, drugs, uncomfortable, like to come and go. Is the letter O, or London. Sometimes that sound is the up sound as O.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about anything to say about the? What do you think, Nicola? Have I ever told you this story before?
No,
I've never told you this story.
no.
What do you think of my dilemma? I'm going to guess that you think I should just forget about it, right?
Well, it depends on your relationship with your postman, really, and how much you want to make sure that his service stays consistent and speedy and reliable.
Exactly. We've got some more words with the same up sound with Paul says worry, some, done, and one. Yeah, good examples. Yeah.
And we can also, sorry to interrupt, we can also show like words where it doesn't happen.
Business.
Yeah, exactly. That can sometimes help to contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Nicola. I'll get you back on in just a moment. So let me tell you something, Antonio.
Okay.
There was a big explanation for this. There was an explanation.
About the end of the story, yeah? You have the case solved.
I have the case solved. Yes, I do. Can you guess what happened?
Yeah. No, I can't. I need your explanation. Yeah.
Well, it was Christmas time 2 years ago. I found something very interesting in my mailbox downstairs. I found something interesting in my bouthon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it was? It was not cocaine.
Nice.
Kamal said cocaine, and yes, sorry, Kamal, I didn't answer. That's exactly what we are talking about. Yes, I didn't find cocaine in my mailbox. I found something else. I found this. It's actually a Christmas card.
Oh, from your friendly postman?
No, it's from a company, Taller de Joyería. I don't know if you read this.
Yeah.
Per Nadal.
Per Nadal, renovat missatge de pau, neu a les muntanyes, escalfor als cors.
What does that mean?
For Christmas, renew a message of peace, snow at the mountains, warm at the hearts, and for New Year, renew hope of the future, illusion at the mountains. It changed the mountains thing. And the last one, sorry, I didn't. Yeah, last one. Yes, prosperitat is a good future, prosperity for all.
Yeah, for all, probably for prosperity for everyone. Exactly.
For everyone, yeah.
And this is a shop, right, for jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, Antonio, I've never been to this shop in my life.
Oh.
I have never bought anything from this shop. I've never been to this shop. I didn't even know this shop existed. So the question is, why is this shop sending a Christmas card to my mailbox, to my address? Any ideas why that could be?
Well, tell me.
Let me show you here the
please.
This is the letter, you see?
Mm-hmm.
This is the
Martina
letter.
Agorreta, they changed the names.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know why that. Yeah. But the interesting thing is the name. The name on the letter, on the name on the Christmas card. It was my address, of course, but a different name. It was addressed to the person who used to live in this flat. And the person who used to live in this flat was called, do you know?
Martina.
No, Martina is the name of the shop.
What is the name of the shop? Oh, so sorry.
Yeah.
Then the name, Jaime maybe, or...
The name of the person who used to live in my flat was La Señora Coca.
Oh.
Do you understand what happened?
Yeah, of course. I mean, a funny misunderstanding with the name of the former owner and the cocaine. No?
Exactly. I have hidden my address just for privacy. I don't mind if anybody sees my address, but I don't want you to see it, Antonio, because I don't. You know, you'll always come round to my house for cups of tea.
No, in fact, coca has another meaning in Spanish. Also, it's a sweet. No, it's not only cocaine; it's also a sweet.
It's true, isn't it? Yeah, of course. So if we just go back and we just look at what happened here. So I was in the street. I was sitting at the terrace in my local cafe having breakfast. My postman walked past. I said to him, "Hello, postman. Did someone let you in?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Anything for me? Don't forget, Antonio, that although I have known my postman for years, I don't know his name. And I suspect that my postman was the same. He didn't know my name. So when I said, 'Algo para mí,' he had to think, 'Who are you?' And he was thinking, and he came closer and he looked at me, not tensely, but intensely. He looked at me intensely and he said one word, and the word was a question. The question was, 'Coca?'"
No, but
And
he did well.
He did very, very well. And I feel very bad because all of these years, I thought he was trying to sell me drugs. But in fact, he was being a first-class professional postman and should be celebrated for what it was that he did. What do you think of that story?
Oh, I think it's great. Misunderstanding stories are my favorite. Yeah. I know different when I was working in like a salesman and these kind of situations. I had a lot of funny misunderstandings.
I like to hear that. It's great to hear that. Let's get Nicola back. There she is. Hello, Nicola.
Hello.
To the
Did you see
rescue.
the end? Did you see the end of the story coming?
No, I didn't. It was a complete surprise. It's very funny.
For me as well. Nicola, how would, as a teacher, where would you take this activity from here? Because there was a lot of input there. There was a lot of potential from output. And thank you so much for your feedback slots.
Thank you.
Where could we take this from here?
Well, there's two directions. You could work on the output and do this kind of feeding forward where you take your notes. I can't find them right now, but you kind of Antonio could work with some of those new words like fines and notifications and talk a bit more about that. Or it could talk about, it sounds like he had some stories about misunderstandings. So I think it could go in a language review direction or a communicative direction and speak more about tell his own stories. And maybe those things could come together. We could try. But yes.
There was an attempt on my part. It didn't quite come together. Was to try to give Antonio I think if I'd had a screen, some of the language in the story, like for example, did someone let you in? Anything for me? And there was some other language that came up. Might have been nice on the board. This was the attempt to do that, but of course this was a prepared display. It would have been nice if we'd had something which was more reactive to what Antonio had said, and then Antonio could have retold the story and used the phrases, the words, the language on the board very specifically. But because of the format we're working with, that didn't really work, did it? We can think about that. What about everybody else? What did you think? Does everybody here, any of the teachers that are watching, do you have anything to say? Anything to add? any suggestions, any questions, any thoughts, any feedback, anything for me, anything for us? How about you, Antonio? What do you think?
Well, for me, it was very interesting, and to mix narrative with my English issues, it was nice. And well, everything works for me. If you want, I can try to write something using the learned language or expressions, or trying to do a different misunderstanding story.
I think you read my mind, and maybe Nicola's mind as well, because Nicola's suggestion was for a place to take this is for you to tell us one of your stories. So how about that? How would you feel about you preparing to tell a story of your own, a story about a misunderstanding, and either we meet again and you tell us the story, or you can make a video and tell the story to the video camera. How do you feel about that?
It works for me. Yeah, I'm down for that.
I love your English.
Thank you.
So you've got awesome vocabulary.
Thank you very much. These nice comments here, Paul. Instructive. Mary, a great story with a nice twist. Don't be shy, Antonio.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you. I will try.
A pleasant lady, Nicola, with her professional feedback given in a friendly manner. Yeah. And Kamal, a good and interesting story. Look, here's Santiago. Where do you perform, Antonio? Where can we come and watch you?
For now, I'm performing in Barcelona, but from this Saturday to half June, I will be in Berlin performing.
Yes, bad timing. But I tell you what, when Antonio comes back, I'll tell you, Santiago. All right. And thank you for that.
But sorry for that. But Santiago, if you want, you can find some stand-up acts taped in YouTube. Only writing my name.
I'll share your name. I'll find some stuff and share them. Yes. And if you're a teacher who's not a member, I'll very quickly just show you something. I'll bring you back in just a moment, you two, just to show you this. That we were talking before about the lesson stream membership, and if you'd like to join, it'd be a pleasure to have you. You get access to our community. There's many of the teachers that are present right now are part of the community. The community is the Fishbowl, a supportive community of teachers with a passion for using story and storytelling in the classroom. You also get access to the story course. Is a course that aims to show you how to use story to engage your students and also develop your storytelling skills and confidence, and help your students do the same. And also the lesson stream lesson plans. There are almost 100 of these, and you get instant access to all of them. You also get the email, the newsletter, the Fishbowl Weekly. If anybody here is already a lesson stream member, say hello and tell the other teachers that they should join. These are all the things you get. This is the price. And if you're not sure if it's for you, then the best thing to do is join, find out, and if you decide it's not for you, there's a 3-week money back. So if you feel that it's not right for your teaching context, or it's doesn't quite offer you what you're hoping for, you just have to let me know, and I'll give you a full refund. No funnies, no money back. No money back, all your money back. All right. So that's thank you so much to Antonio. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To
thank
Nicola.
you. Nicola and Jamie.
Thank you so much to all the teachers for being here. And lovely to see you all. We'll have another lesson stream live very soon. I'll let you know when it's coming. And end of broadcast now. Hearts, everybody. Bye-bye.